Welcome to the iBuyer experiment. We are super excited to be with you here today.
Hey guys.
What's going on, guys?
But we got a little thoughts around this doom and gloom that's going on, right?
Yeah, it's pretty gloomy out here today. It's
It is.
a cloudy day, and
It's like-
literally gloomy.
You know, whichever way, the weather is coming in, it's shifting on us. Now, what we're going to talk about today is what if the sky falls? What if interest rates go to 6-7%? What if gas prices go up to $7 or more a gallon, which they are in some places in the country? And what if all of this demand starts to disappear and inventory rises? How do you bulletproof your business?
I like it.
recession-proof your business, right?
Let's recession-proof your real estate business.
I like bulletproof coffee.
It doesn't have butter in it. Like, don't you take like a slab of butter and mix it up in your coffee?
Yeah.
And, and it's good?
It actually is good. And I did it with coconut oil once, and it makes your mouth feel very velvety, all day. It's kind of crazy.
All right. Well, we're going to save that for a special occasion. But today we're going to talk about recession-proofing your business. It's legit. There are some indicators that maybe demand is starting to diminish. Mortgage applications were down 8% week over week. We saw pending home sales slip in February. We're seeing less inventory on the market. Interestingly, though, showing time reports an increased showing foot traffic. So we're seeing more buyers out there looking, but maybe inventory just is leaving them feeling frustrated. Like they don't like it. They don't like what's on the market.
Well, these bloated prices for what you get, right? I think sometimes there's not a lack of demand or interest, especially in all the markets that, we're operating in. I'm still hearing multiple offers, especially if it's a decent property, right? It's going way above list, multiple offers, etc. But are the buyers starting to say enough is enough?
Yeah, it's getting so expensive.
You asking me?
Jason's like, I said that a year ago. Yeah. Too damn expensive.
You're like the economist on staff out of all of us. I'd say you're the most market savvy.
Yes.
What are you seeing, Jason?
I'm seeing low inventory.
Yeah.
It's really,
that still holds true.
So I think
when there's low inventory, the prices are still going to rise, right? So
right. So we're seeing,
especially if there's activity, and there's a lot of activity. There's definitely a lot of demand still.
Yep.
But I think the headlines are what I'm seeing that are very doom and gloom. CNBC had grim future ahead for the real estate market. All of these kind of scary things.
I'm like, yes.
Well, foreclosure, right, with the moratorium up, the forbearance is up.
In a down market.
There you can crush it, right? I mean, that's a shift in opportunity. Yes.
So that's what we wanted to talk about today. We wanted to talk about, hey, even though while we may not believe that we're headed for that grim reality, let's talk about the things that you can do to recession-proof your business. We've all been in business collectively for a very long time.
I don't even like to admit it anymore.
I've almost been doing this for 2 decades. I have thrived and survived in every market that's ever existed. So I think we have some insights we can share.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jason's you're
I'm just enjoying this weather here. It's beautiful.
We're dragging it out of Jay today.
Daydreaming today.
I know. Well, there's actually clouds in the air.
We're on a podcast. Present.
All right. Well, I'll kick us off with at least, kind of like a forward thought. And I mean, that is, I think that this shift could be a little bit different than the ones in the past because the consumer has become so used to everything happening on blast, right? Everything is so fast. It's so simple. Yeah. Yes. Click a button. And that is not going anywhere, right? No. Which is where I think that we're probably never going to step into the inventory that, we had once upon a time in America when there was, millions and millions of extra homes that were leading to sales times of, 10 months plus, right? It was a crazy amount of backlog of inventory. So my whole thought on a lot of this, stuff, and I mean, I think that could be such a shift change is creating awareness around all of the different strategies and options that are going to be there, right? I know one of the things that we keep talking about, and it's just because it's so present right now, is going to be that, turning your offer to cash, like that financial instrument. And being aware, creating awareness and interest around these types of things, and how do you capitalize on these, whether it's a good market, bad market, whatever else, right? There's always going to be somebody that is looking in that. And so how do we create some awareness around those?
Okay, so how to recession-proof your business, create awareness around.
Yeah, that's a
So
30,000 foot
content,
view one.
Create
Yep.
video about
Yep.
different ways to sell your home, buy
Yep.
a home. I also think, with agents, as far as prospecting, is start looking at 90 to 120 day lates.
Yep.
Or 60 to 90 day lates.
Mm-hmm.
So let's tap into that
there
a
are
little
people
bit.
out there with a lot of equity,
Yes.
and they are going to need to sell here shortly. If they, if we are going to run into a recession, you've got to look at those, those
Okay,
people
but
that are ready to sell.
I get that, but I look at people that have purchased homes that are in 2%, 3% interest rates. What are they going to really
Assumable.
sell? Are they
They're
going
gonna
to sell
sell
that
and go
home?
rent?
Yeah, no,
and
they're
go
going to
rent
assume.
at like sky high rental prices. Like the Phoenix market went up 30% in 2 years in rents. Like it's insane.
It is insane.
So is someone really going to get out of their fixed mortgage rate at
Nope.
2.25 or 2.5 or?
Or they're going
They
to,
might have to though. That's
well,
the
they'll
thing.
sell it, and then I could see an assumable loans start being,
You got
coming back into play.
$7 gas, and
So-
everything's more expensive, and they can't afford what they have. I mean, you don't know.
So you
Right.
think that equity that they have sitting there is going to be so enticing that they will sell their home, go into a much higher priced rental?
I mean, it's sad, but that's what happens. So
Yeah, cash is the liquidity of cash, right? There's a lot of people that tell themselves, hey, I have $400,000 of equity in my house. I'm going to pay off my $50,000 car. I'm going to pay off my $25,000 of credit card debt. I'm going to pay my $10,000 of student loans. And then I'm going to have about $200,000, right? But lo and behold, the crappy thing is they only do one or two of those things. And next thing you know, they rack up their credit card debt and blow through the cash, right?
and they don't have the appreciating asset anymore.
Right. So I
It's
mean
sad.
that yeah, and I mean that is a little doomy and gloomy, and that's just all of us being in the business as long as we have seeing those types of behaviors play out many times.
But I don't think we're there yet, guys. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a recession yet.
But we're talking in the event
well-
you had to recession-proof your business, what would you do? So
Yeah,
that's a topic.
that's the topic.
So
Sorry about that.
there's something I want to talk about for our listener base, because as we all know, we just kind of rolled out the launch period of Zoodealio's intelligent agent marketing, and one of the biggest things I was talking about in there that I constantly get feedback on, again, just me being in the space a long time, that I assume people know that I've been given the feedback they don't know, is understanding the difference between prospecting and marketing, right? Where the industry in general really calls for you to be a marketing-based, prospecting enhanced, right? And then there's a lot of theories out there that when the market starts to shift to save money, you need to be prospecting-based, marketing enhanced, right? So a lot of times the great thing about prospecting is you're searching for people that are looking to transact in less than 30 days, right? Where marketing, you're creating awareness around your value proposition, right? You're cementing what you can do, and that way when they choose to do it, they think of you, right? So when they think of real estate, they think of you. That's the kind of the difference of what we're going with. So to Jay's point, in this time in industry when they're shifting, if you're going to prospect, these are people that they don't necessarily want to, they need you, right? And so where if you want to put that piece into your business, is take action around people that have no choice but to do things, or looking for those particular services. So whether it be a notice of default, even you go back to canceleds, right? Like a year ago, and there are some of them, right? I know there's not very many expireds, but some of the canceleds. And when you can go back there and sell around possibility, right? Be willing to make that call in that circumstance of where you could possibly pitch a sell and lease back, or a cash offer that's still going to give them the upside of the market, right? So these are unique value propositions where we can create awareness around our services that we provide, right? So,
So awareness. Agree.
I agree too.
yeah,
Yes.
kind of hammered that one over
You're
the head.
just so into awareness right now.
I know.
We are aware that you're aware.
Elliot, we got it.
No, I agree. Definitely get out there, make content, continue to provide value to the marketplace. And really that's what it's all about. It's just giving value and goodwill, whether it's through a program that you have access to, or unique options, or maybe internally things that you've created. I know we talk with a lot of agents across the country that have created really cool programs that
Really
help
cool.
sellers, help buyers. So whatever that is, if you're out there and you're sharing that value with the marketplace, but you have to be generating awareness. And it's likely going to be a multifaceted effort. You're likely going to be using, video marketing, email marketing, probably paid marketing. I think the realtor of the future is someone who is definitely more business savvy.
Absolutely.
They're not someone that's just going to let deals and let opportunities come to them. They're going to be actually actively out there creating those opportunities, making it rain.
Yep.
So what else we got to recession-proof your business?
So I want to throw one little asterisk on what you just said, because I think it's so pertinent, and we're seeing this happen in so many markets, right? And that's more like that almost auction style strategy. Because of what Jay was talking about before, with there being such a low inventory circumstance, right? When you can lead in through a cash offer or a unique value proposition, create the conversation. But let's say that they want to maximize their house. The house is in fantastic shape, et cetera. It's to the nines and, back and forth. Well, if you could show them a sales strategy, how you could time block and pre-market that particular property for, hey, here's 10 days of marketing that we're going to load the market. We're going to run it for 2 Saturdays. I need you to basically leave me your house for 2 Saturdays, 4-hour window here, 4-hour window here, 2 Saturdays. And then now you're going to take all of these offers and then, create a bidding war in that particular circumstance. I think homeowners are really responding to that type of strategy right now.
Well, we know they are, because that strategy sounds a lot like a 72 sold strategy.
Well, we're just seeing those auction, right? I mean, and he's
yeah.
the one who put it on blast, and kudos to him. But there's a lot of agents we know that work with that are running that auction strategy, and they are crushing it. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely, yeah. The market wants that.
Yep. And so I guess my whole point of why I shared that is that I think today's more savvy consumer is looking for somebody who has a proven approach, and that I can meet with you, Kayla, at my house. You can say, hey, Elliot, here's X, Y, and Z, or this, right? And either way, you're going to get me to across the finish line. And so that's why I want to really just, I guess kind of plant the seed and water it for everybody out there, is that is what today's consumer is looking for. That's that Amazon experience. You don't wonder if Amazon is going to do their job for you. You know that they are. It's just a couple clicks of a button, right? And it's that same type of experience that we can supply to our clients.
And that's how you recession-proof your business, guys.
Be like Amazon.
Be like Amazon.
Deliver.
Ooh, that was hot. I like that. Be like Amazon. Deliver.
Well, you can probably tell we're not super worried about the market going to hell in a handbasket anytime soon.
No, it's all about supply and demand, guys. Supply and demand.
General economics always has been, always will be.
We're watching supply. Supply is not very high and demand's pretty high. So we're in a good spot right now, but absolutely, definitely you have to be on top of it, because that can move pretty fast. So
Yep.
It does shift. And so like in these last, parting minutes here, because I think where some of this doom and gloom is coming from, and I don't know about you guys, but like from friends, family, et cetera, like, when do you think the shift's going to happen? When do you think, is it going to crash? Like, I'm literally starting to get those questions, just from like loose conversations, family, friend, et cetera, the people that are not in the industry. And, part of what I think is driving some of that is what we talked about in the beginning, is the foreclosure moratorium, and all that is up. Filings are definitely up, and we're seeing those numbers climb. Now, with that said, it doesn't mean that the massive windfall of foreclosures are going to come. And I think that part of where agents, it's our duty to get out there and help these people, avoid getting into that filing. Like if they are experiencing hardship where they cannot correct the payments. I mean, remember, once a list pendants or foreclosure is filed, that's a very, very expensive day to that homeowner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And there's a lot of the Google Trends. You were talking about the Google Trends on your coaching call the other day about some of the top hits on Google.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's I heard it was when is the.
It's not even is the market going to crash. People are actually Googling when.
When
it's an assumptive. It's happening.
When is the real estate market going to crash?
So, Redfin did that study where they found 70% of sellers and buyers thought that the market was going to crash, and almost 50% of real estate agents did too.
That's scary.
So, I think the general sentiment is it's happening, but just when. I think that it's not going to look like a crash. It's going to look like a softening and more of a stabilization, maybe a return to normal. And that it might feel like a crash to many people. I mean, you have listing agents out there. Think about it. If you've been in the industry for 3 years or less, which is probably a pretty darn high percentage of the realtor population, then you have never experienced a market where you have had to actually market your listing for longer than 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Let's be real. And so
they're going to be really depressed.
They're going to feel so crazy. They're not even going to know what to do with themselves, but it's okay. You're going to get through it. You're just going to learn to have conversations with your seller on a consistent basis, and you're going to learn to take more marketing efforts, and you're going to learn how you can share those marketing efforts. One of the things I love about our platform with Zoodealio is we have the click to list platform where if you are marketing a listing for any sustained length of time, you can actually document and show all of those marketing efforts to your seller. So it's a really cool way for you to kind of, that's what I used to do, right? Anytime I took a listing, every Monday from 10 to 2 was my time. I would follow up with my sellers. I would set an egg timer. I would try and be super quick, and I would just power dial through all of our sellers. And I would update them on all of the marketing efforts we took the previous week, the results that we had, and if I thought that we needed a price correction. And I never, ever had issues. People think that I lie when I say I never had customer service issues with sellers. We didn't, ever. Like, it was just
because you were on top of it and you were showing them that you were the known authority.
And so I think that we're going to have to shift. A lot of realtors don't know what that environment looks like. And are they going to be able to hack it?
Have a price reduction conversation? What's that?
It's not scary, but for a lot of people, they think it is.
Yeah.
So it could change. It could be really interesting. Study your market. I think that's one of the biggest things. If you want to alleviate any anxiety or maybe potential fear that you might be feeling about an impending doom, study your market. Look at supply, look at demand, look at new listing, look for trends. See how many homes are coming on the market. See what the absorption's looking like. Look at the pending mortgage applications. Look at how many people are actually out there getting loans. I mean, all of these things are readily available to you via 12 different websites. You could find all of the information you need to know to see what's going on a micro and macro level in real estate. And you really should be studying the market.
Yep. I think the more that you do that, the better off you're going to be, and you're going to find that little niche and that, that call that is going to help you have demand to your clientele in any market, right? So, I mean, there's just so many different ways to go about making sure that you crush it in any market. I love the wisdom that you guys are sharing, inside this. And it still does come down to service. Comes down to awareness. It comes down to running your business as a business, right? Like, I think so many people look for a magic bullet,
100% we do.
And there really isn't one. The work is work, y'all.
Yep. Work is work.
Do the work.
Well,
all right, guys.
Thanks for listening today. We appreciate you. And we know that if a recession should happen, you're going to be able to bulletproof your business. Have a great day. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. We'd love to hear from you.